Robinhood， 美國年輕人開的第一個證券戶，多半就是他。免手續費，界面像遊戲，散戶按得越勤，他賺得越多。執行長8月23號上 Podcast， 主持人問他 AI 有沒有改變投資，他先講一個已經上線的功能，讓 AI 代理替你下單。
Is we launched two things, agentic trading and agentic card. And what that allows people to do is if you have your Claude Code or your Codex or your other AI agent, you can access the Robinhood tools. And the idea is anything that you can do on your phone with Robinhood, you should be able to have your AI agent do through kind of the paved path of the MCP server. But we're getting a lot of people trying it out. We've had over 100,000 people actually create agentic accounts, and they're driving decent volume. And they're doing really sophisticated things. Like, you know, they're pulling together all kinds of data sources from all over the internet and kind of combining it into strategies. But there's still challenges. For example, sometimes these agents themselves aren't optimized for trading. They'll tell you, I don't want to trade right now. I don't think this is a good idea. And then you really have to work hard to make sure it does the thing you want to do.
But what if it's trying to save the person from losing money and it just sees something, it's like, hey, this is a bad trade?
Most of the time when they don't trade, it's not actually for that reason. I think it's
just doesn't want to. It just doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like it.
Didn't have coffee that morning.
Yeah, it's like, I recommend that you actually open up your Robinhood app and put the trade in that way. Yeah, because
整理一下，你自己付钱订 Codex， 接上 Robinhood 帮你下单，他觉得不妥，就叫你自己去按。赔钱的流程自动化了，负责赔的还是你。主持人接着问，等每个人都有 AI 投資代理，投資會不會整個變樣？
There's lots of different investing behaviors. I don't think that someone who is buying a stock of a company that makes a product they use is going to be all that affected by AI. If you're like, I use the iPhone, great product, I believe in it, I want to own some Apple stock, AI is unlikely to change that investment behavior significantly. What are you going to ask it, right? I mean, maybe if you're really kind of having second thoughts and you're not sure whether it's a good one, you'll ask some questions. But by and large, I think that's durable. Active trading, I think active trading is going to look significantly different.
長期投資 AI 改不动，會變的是頻繁交易，而頻繁交易剛好就是券商的收入來源。話題轉到 Robinhood 公司內部。
What about for productivity within Robinhood as a company? How much has AI changed the game?
It's changed it very deeply. I mean, I think our AI adoption is close to 100%. If you're a software engineer, and really software engineers are building all the products, I think the workflow has shifted from, humans writing the code and humans reviewing the code to generally humans overseeing agents. And those agents are writing the code and reviewing the code. And your job as an engineer is shifting to making sure your agents are well managed and seeing, how many agents you can employ and can you keep them busy all the time, including when you're sleeping.
So do you think, though, with Robinhood, eventually you could have just a few people running the entire company from home?
It's not our goal for sure. I think sometimes we do think about these things. But I think that someone still has to be running the agents. And at the end of the day, it's like my financial fiduciary point. It's hard to imagine a world where a human is not responsible for decisions. Yeah. And so I think we've been focused on doing more with the teams that we have and giving people more leverage. But yeah, less focused on just reducing headcount.
工程師不用寫程式了，改成管一群代理，連睡覺都要讓他們有事做。他說這不是為了砍人，是給人更多槓桿。槓桿這個詞，他們家的用戶應該很熟。接下來 AI 的錢誰賺到？
Reasons, but the main one, there's a lot of disruption by AI. A lot of the top AI companies like OpenAI and Anthropic, for instance, are private. They're going into the trillions of dollars of valuation, and there's a small circle of wealthy insiders that's benefiting from all the growth. It's not broadly distributed. So our solution to that, make it easy to own these companies or get exposure to them. And in the US, we have Robinhood Ventures, which essentially you can think of as a basket of private companies, right? And we have Robinhood Ventures Fund 1, which started with late stage pre-IPO. OpenAI is actually in that fund.
兆美元的估值都在私人公司手上，好处落在一小圈内部人。他的解法是开一档基金，让散户也能买到一点 OpenAI。当然，要经过 Robinhood 节目最后，主持人问他2035年什么事会让大家意外。
I mean, 2 hot takes. I think there will be more software engineers and more lawyers in 2035 than today.
Okay, well that's just dangling the carrot, huh? That's just...
一家靠交易量赚钱的公司说 ，AI 改不了长期投資，改的是交易工程師不會消失，會變成養代理的人。2035年工程師跟律師會更多。前2句對他的生意都有好處，第3句連主持人都笑了。